Salam, shalom, all praises to the horizon, peace and wisdom. Wise Solace speaking. Subscribe to the channel, thumb me, and visit the website wiseservant.org or upscaleknowledge.org. Now I want to get straight to this video. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds or so to get in here. Then I want to get straight to this deep topic. Whoever claims the nationality Jewish in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you know many people do. This should help you. If truth is what you seek. If you're just looking to be a part of a thing and you all about the claiming or being claimed. So, this video might disturb you a little bit just because it's truth filled. I'm gonna be using a lot of life reference. I'm gonna give you guys biblical reference. This is important because this is where these nationalities derive from, meaning Israelite, Jew. These is religious books nationalities. Of course, you have Israel now, but in the past there was no place called Israel. You get my point? There was no place called Jerusalem in the past. There's now. So keep mind of that. That's a very important fact that I don't want to just slip through the cracks. Notice how you have certain nationalities and places that derive from books. You get my point? Like I just said, Israel and Jerusalem. Y'all heard about these places from books before they were actual places. And so, let's get into this deep video. I was going to give you guys a chance to get in here, but y'all seem to be in here. What's going on, Xavier? I like your little name at the end, champ, wisely. Peace and wisdom, Sir Jones, all out too, and everyone else. Can one of you guys give me a sound check, please? Now, if you're someone that's confused on the Holocaust, this should help you with that as well. Now, let's start with blacks. Of course, you have black Hebrew Israelites. They believe they're the true Jews. The first thing I want to say to all the black people in regards to that claim. Black people don't make up nationalities. Nationality is a colonizing thing, meaning colonizers go to unclaimed, unmarked territory, like the Amazon rainforest. Nothing but a rainforest. Indigenous people there. They don't live by the civilized. They don't live by civilized man's ways. They know nothing of it. You get my point? Colonizers come to these places. They carve out what we later call cities. And they build them up, develop them, and they name it. And this is how any place you've ever heard of got its name. The place was developed, meaning the land was developed by a land developer. In the past, this would have been a colonizer. The land is developed and named by that colonizer, and the people take the name of the place. This is what makes them a citizen of the place. I'm saying that so y'all can clearly see nationality is a made-up thing. It got to do with somebody taking claim over land. Your birth name, it's just a made-up name that your mama made up. You can't never lose focus of that. I'm not saying you throw your name away, y'all. You get my point? You use these things so you stay in tune with what's going on, but you don't use it to get lost into it. Meaning some of y'all take on nationality, but y'all overlook the start of what nationality is. It's just a labeling thing. You get a Babylon, you have a bunch of people. This helps you to label your people. like labeling the L's 1 through 10. Black, white, Mexican, whatever, whatever. Now, the point I'm making is this. Black people don't colonize land. And so they got nothing to do with the making up of nationalities. And so for black people to say we the true Jews would make no sense. To claim a nationality is to uphold colonization. Again, if you steal my place and you name it, me pumping this name and all this extra shit is just upholding what you did to me. You get my point? And so it's a deep thing I want you guys to grasp. Off-grid prosperity, please. If you have any comments, please make them make sense this video. That's all I ask. Now, when y'all claim these things like nationality, you know, things made for separation, things made for, you know, y'all to get lost in. Y'all upholding the sorcery that's put against y'all. It's like putting kids on teams, so they gonna go against each other, as opposed to you just keeping them all together. Y'all kind of live that. It keeps the system strong. Now, a Hebrew. Black people believe they're Hebrew Israelites. Of course, this is a nationality of people that come from a book that they were given by colonizers. If you're black, I'm just trying to help you grasp. You're a little brainwashed. You only know of this nationality from a book. If you say no, the nationality come before the book. There was no place in the past of these names. I'm sorry you don't know that. I'm sorry you don't know that English is the oldest language of all languages, and that you think it holds some reference because they translated old languages into English, and you got this place called Israel. In a time when the Bible was speaking of, there was no place called Israel. There was none of these places that y'all, there wasn't even no Jesus back then. Jesus New Testament. That part. And so, y'all brainwashed. I'm going to say it again. The nationalities come from a book. That's a religion that y'all a part of. Anybody you name that's a Jew or claim to be a Jew, they got a whole nother nationality. You can play stupid with yourself. Black people claim to be Jews, but they're acknowledged as African Americans. Ashkenazi Jews claim to be Jews, but genetically they're German. And that's any race you could think of. All the other white races that claim to be Jew, they like Irish, British, what are you? You can be from Ethiopia, a Ethiopian, but he say like he the real Jew. But his nationality Ethiopian. So you see my point? It don't matter who say they a Jew. You won't clearly see and know, okay, they do have another nationality that they are actually acknowledged by. That happens because this nationality y'all all claiming come from a book. Y'all on Harry Potter time. Like if you read Harry Potter, so you like... You start claiming places and nationalities from Harry Potter blood, but cannot snap out of it. No matter what somebody tell you. Meaning everything I just said make perfect sense. It's a fact in life. Is everybody that not claimed Jew not clearly another nationality by eyesight? That means everybody is a Jew then. Anybody could be a Jew. If the thing is that flimsy and delicate, then what are we actually talking about? Meaning if anybody could be a Jew and you clearly see everybody that claim it got a whole nother nationality. Now, if you black, you say, we ain't got a nationality. We do, American. That's why they call y'all African American. They just don't call y'all straight Americans because then that would mean this is y'all place. You get it? But y'all just Americans. Meaning black people, their ancestors was on these lands before it got colonized. The lands was taken over, named American, named America. So you grasp. We the only people named after America. If you lost and you like black people ain't Americans, we the only people named after the place. We don't make up nationalities, so don't say I'm bugging. White man, he did that. Meaning the white man view us as the natives of the land. That's why we the only people that got American. Think on that. An African is from Africa. You get it? Ethiopia, wherever. Egypt. A Mexican is from Mexico. He could live in America and be known as a Mexican American, but he from Mexico. You get it? That's his nationality. That's his country, or what they named that area he come from. So it's the same with a Puerto Rican, a Cuban, any person you could name. When you get to black people, they ain't got no homelands. So they called African American, which is two different continents. Again, ain't no other people got the name American, right? The Native Americans on the reserve, they refer to as like Cherokee or whatever the case may be. Not just flat out American. That part. And so you gotta grasp. If you black and you like, no, Jew, everybody that claims to be Jew is truly a nationality. You have a nationality too if you want to fall under those titles. But it don't got nothing to do with being a Jew. And so hopefully that's clear. Meaning if you black, you're part of the Hebrew Israelites or whatever the case may be, and you think like, no, we the original Jews. You got that from a religious book. You get my point? Anything you could think of or say, it come from the book. Outside of that, a Jew is a sorcerer. Somebody well learned in the Kabbalah. That part. And so I'm going to explain that so y'all can grasp. This is why anybody that claims to be a Jew has another nationality. Because technically a Jew has nothing to do with a nationality. It's more of a group. And whoever is fluent on this specific knowledge, the Kabbalah knowledge, they can refer to themselves as a Jew. It means they're well learned in the YHWH science. This is you. That's how it's pronounced. YHWH. You. This is where you get Jewish, Yeshiva, and all those different terminologies. Now, like I said, I'm going to explain that shortly, but let me answer a few of y'all questions before I move on. Parakia said it's supposed to be a bloodline, race, not nationality. Salam, shalom. A lot of y'all do so much to try to make y'all agendas and y'all lies truth, to where y'all don't take merit on what y'all say. You don't got to challenge what I say. I'm not no play person. If I tell you that this shit is what I said, it is. I don't really want to argue with y'all about it. This sacred wisdom. I don't think y'all get that. Y'all got sorcery put on y'all blood. You claiming to be a Jew don't do nothing for you. Are you dumb? I'm going to say it again. Y'all got sorcery put on y'all. The shit y'all claiming don't do nothing for y'all. I'm not going to go back and forth with y'all too much about it. It's like somebody got you eating doodle. I'm not going to argue with you about it. I'll tell you what shit is. I'll let you see shit come out my ass if that'll help you. You say, see that doodle come out my butt? Same thing on your sandwich. But if you still like, no, this is not a shit sandwich, this is chocolate, and they convince you shit is chocolate, hey, brother, peace and wisdom. Now, I'm going to get to what you said. Hopefully, you didn't get too disturbed. You said Jew is a bloodline, not necessarily a nationality. Y'all ain't scientists. Y'all don't know nobody bloodline unless what somebody tell y'all. You O blood, A blood, because the doctor told you. You didn't see nothing. This is my point. I'm trying to get you to see if you black. You just a told motherfucker. Y'all claiming shit and y'all don't make up nothing. But can't see y'all brainwashed. If y'all don't make up nothing and everything is told to y'all, y'all references go back to hearsay. You say it's the bloodline. Y'all don't check bloods. Who walking around here in the daytime checking bloods? Who was checking bloods in the past to say this the Hebrew bloodline? Where the clinic that was doing that is at? Back in the day. That part. Y'all crazy, man. Use that reference to see, like, y'all deep under sorcery. Really, it's hard to tell y'all shit. But again, if you confuse, you say it's a bloodline. You know less of bloodlines than you do of nationalities. Because y'all ain't going up under the, y'all ain't going into the vein. You get, half y'all don't even know what blood type y'all are, but y'all will open y'all mouths and be like, no, it's a blood thing, baby. Get real. He said, I'm happy to listen. It's Sonia from the UK. Salam, shalom. If you can remember me, she said Parakyah's her Hebrew name. Salam, shalom, love. If you click in here, at least click in here to learn. You get my point? I don't care what y'all claim. Y'all have become childish, gang member minded. This ain't that. This ain't like somebody trying to shake you out of being in the gang. I wouldn't give a fuck what you think you are. Like I said, if you a Hebrew Israelite, you just some broke motherfucker that stand on the corner, or some fucking slave that work a 9 to 5 job, and you pretend like you awake, and you just a stupid fucking pawn in some shit way bigger than you, and you thick-headed and dumb. And if you lock in on my wisdom, you kind of got a perspective of that, but you lost into trying to be accepted. You done made friends in the Hebrew Israelite camp. You get my point? But I don't want to play with no adults. I mean, and I'm 40, some of y'all a little older. If you younger, niggas been where you been. Wisdom ain't no game. You get my point? Nationality ain't no game. Nationality was put on people as a label of status. And so again, your nationality got to do with the status that's forced upon you. And so if y'all want to claim things y'all know nothing of, do your thing. But I don't want to, go back and forth too much. Freshest in class said you be roasting folks and don't even know it. Salam, shalom. Y'all got big egos. Y'all think y'all are teachers and y'all dictate. You get it? So nobody's getting roasted. Y'all just think more of yourselves than y'all are. And so I'm going to say again, if you under 40, I talk to you how I want. This like old school times. You were youngin'. You kick back, you get the jewels. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all like 25, y'all think y'all talk to 40-year-olds how y'all want. Not here, nigga, shut the fuck up. You ain't getting chumped off. You are a chump in the situation. Because you the new thing. You a fresh package in life. Niggas been here already. You get it? And so, y'all be taking offense to how I talk. Look at how other 40-year-olds talk in real life. They ain't catering and tap dancing for you and all of that. This just wisdom. This ain't entertainment or nothing like that. Nobody held hostage. I ain't, you feel me? So I ain't about to bend over backwards or nothing. I'm just straightforward. And so before I answer the question, I try to explain to y'all so y'all can see, like, the stupidity in the mind. That's my main thing. You need to see how you stupid a little bit. So you can get the stupid out of there. Just answering the question don't do nothing. Y'all supposed to be past questions, meaning y'all supposed to be wise already if you're about 30 and up. So kind of grass. Now, when y'all pull for bloodlines and say y'all listen, that and that, y'all doing that because y'all lost into agendas. Y'all trying to make whatever y'all can to support the agenda. Stick with the reality. Y'all ain't scientists or nurses that draw blood. Y'all ain't go to school for phlebotomy. That part. Some of y'all were like, what the fuck is phlebotomy? This is my point. You don't even know what a nigga that draw blood is called, but you talking about bloodlines. That part. Get off it, blood. This shit is made up. The word Jew is a word. It's made up. I wouldn't care if you say no, it's a bloodline thing. That's just what they call that bloodline then. However you cut it, nigga, you brainwashed. You're not gonna win this debate. Y'all lost on spells, nigga. That's why y'all can't get the point. You say no, Jew is a bloodline. Jew is a word. Start there. You got bloodlines. If a nigga want to name this bloodline A, B, and that one A, or if they want to name it Jew, wouldn't matter what you say. It's still just a word to describe a real thing. And so I'll say again, Jew is a made up thing. I'm not sure, like I said, Hebrew Israelites in the day ain't that smart. I try to make it as plain as I can. Some people are disturbed. They think it's a gang thing. Like, I'm a part of this gang, so I gotta show solace. You don't gotta show me nothing. I ain't got no goddamn sorcery over me, nigga, so I ain't gonna bother with you too much. You feel me? I'm free, nigga. You got whatever the slavery you got over you. If it's Hebrew Israelite, nigga, and all they rules and what they pumping, you got that over you. If you say, nigga, you lost, cool, nigga, lost mean free. Maybe you'll get it one day. I don't got too much time to waste with you niggas, though. Wisdom is a freedom. Not a being lost free, where you all lost in the world flip-flopping around, but try to keep these things in mind. If y'all got rules and shit over y'all, y'all ain't free. You got to grow into an adult where you can make conscious decisions and rules for yourself. And so I'm going to say this to all of y'all that follow me. Start blossoming into that. Get it? Start making holy special days for yourself to live up to. And start making rules for yourself to live up to. You get my point? This is better than getting lost in other people's ideals. They don't do nothing for you and ain't patterned to your life. It's patterned to whatever little system they got going on. And you're going to be a pawn in it. And so you got your family and your little thing going. Y'all got enough experience and know-how, if y'all use it, to say what's good and bad somewhat. And start getting your own little orders together for your own household. That don't got nothing to do with religions and, Babylon monkey stuff. It could be simple as, man, every evening we gonna watch the sunset. Or once a week we gonna fast from sounds and like that. It ain't even got to be a planned day. You get it? Every Saturday we gonna fast. You do it once a week. The less restrictions you got, the better. Do it when it's best for you. So, kind of grasp. Jada Xavier said he get it, or she get it. Hopefully y'all grasp, though. Black people are not Jews. Hold on, give me a second. Black people are not Jews. Black people do not make up nationalities. And so the last thing we need to be doing is worrying about claiming them. It's what keeps, restrictions over us and things like that. Now, I'm going to explain to y'all right now why Hitler was killing the Jews. Now, of course, the Jews in the Holocaust, these is like your Ashkenazi Jews, whatever you want to call them, but they're white-skinned. Meaning the Jews that got the reparations for the Holocaust, and we see them in today's times, they're white-skinned. I don't want y'all to get lost on words like they white skinned. We know white skinned people. And so these people got the reparations. These the people that's acknowledged as Jews. Hitler and the Nazi got white skin just like them. So if you deal with that reality, you say, okay, Hitler was killing his own white people. Why he did that? So this make black people to say, nah, he was killing black people, and then it just got swapped. But this shit was like too recent. You get it was too recent for anybody to flip flop the history like that. And so Hitler was killing his own white people. You get my point? Meaning an Ashkenazi Jew, biologically or genetically, is a German. Meaning he got the same blood as Hitler, a German. And so that would mean the Nazi was killing Germans that call themselves Jews. But why they do that? And so it was a battle over power. Like I said, a Jew is a nigga that is well learned in the Kabbalah magic. He who holds the Kabbalah magic runs life. See how y'all got signs and symbols and all this curriculum y'all live by? And it keep y'all bound and in y'all order. And y'all live a monopoly game that don't ever end. Don't go to the bank and get a loan to buy a car and you move two spaces up, nigga. Two neighborhoods up, nigga. You live monopoly. It ain't never gonna end though. You can't quit the game. And so this is what the Kabbalah magic of sorcery was. It was given to the eldest boy in the Jewish community. Again, the Kabbalah is a magic science. It's used to make shepherd kings, meaning it's your Nimrod wisdom. How you rule over men like cattle, and they kind of do what you say. The same way a shepherd has sheep, goats, he domesticate them out, making them like pets, and they live on his land and they serve him. Their life may feel a little more comfortable to them than the wild sheep and wild goat, but you get my point? The shepherd rule over them. Now kill them at any moment and eat them. He'll shave them for their wool, and they serve his purpose. And they get fed and shit like that, though. That science is given to man to use on man, meaning domestication wisdom made to be applied to man. This is your Kabbalah magic. All the signs and symbols and things that we live by is a part of this magic. So y'all drive, y'all see a stop sign, y'all stop. A person ain't standing over y'all back making y'all oblige. Language and symbolism control y'all. Like robots. The light turn red, y'all go. How you make a man a slave robot, he don't even realize it. It's just a part of his society. He think like, no, this how the society go. Nigga, you a slave. A light control you. They put light sorcery and spells, word sorcery on y'all brain. Again, y'all see a stop sign, y'all will stop. Nobody even have to be there. A cop don't even have to be there. But y'all know, like, if I don't stop, I can go to jail. See how the fear's in it too? Hit y'all with the deep sorcery. And so I may explain in depth how it goes, but I'm just giving y'all a perspective. A Jew is a person that know that. Your Kabbalah wisdom. Of course, your German people had it. Meaning an Ashkenazi Jew is genetically a German. I'm going to explain everything in detail. And so this is why Hitler or the neo-Nazis was killing the Jews, which genetically were Germans too. It's a fight for power. They got the Kabbalah magic on the whole world, and the Germans, you get it? The Germans fall under it. When you're dealing with the Kabbalah science in the Jewish community, only the eldest boy get it. So he gonna rule over his brothers. You get it? This is a world thing. If you ruling over the whole world, so your family is a part of it. You get my point? If I rule the whole world, other black people gonna fall under that rule. If they happen to find out I got sorcery on the whole world and y'all living under my orders, and they decide to get mad and say, we killing this nigga, man. He put the sorcery on us too. It's supposed to be for all of us. We the divine race. How this nigga leave us out? So that's the quarrel. Hitler and them like, man, these Jew motherfuckers, they been down in Israel mixing and mingling with Arabs. They not even full-blooded Germans. And they got the sorcery on the whole life. It's supposed to be ours. So they start whacking them the fuck off. America got alliance with these niggas and shit like that. So they like, hold on, nigga. If you if you take the Kabbalah sorcery magic, we y'all ain't as nice as these niggas. We kind of bully these niggas, even though they got the sorcery on the world. We got the muscle. So we get our just due out of them doing what they do. And Hitler and them take over, America cut the fuck off. You ain't gonna benefit off this shit. You're not gonna benefit off this sorcery we about to put on the whole world. You get my point? So they fighting over the power. Hitler and them feel like y'all not even full-blooded Germans no more. So how y'all get the glory? Remember, this go back to the firstborn. And so you gonna have a bunch of Germans that don't know Kabbalah knowledge. Or you gonna have a bunch of Jews that don't know nothing about the Kabbalah magic. Only the eldest child know. You get it? And he got to keep his secret because this is how he gonna keep his rule. Meaning if I was a Jew, I couldn't tell y'all this because I would lose my power. Meaning I would be collecting city tax. Well, that ain't even important. Money is for those in the monopoly game. But you get it? I would be ruling over the areas and having all access to all the resources and anything I want. You get it? Completely ruling the whole life, and y'all all, puddled into this little cesspool over here trying to work and shit. That's why y'all be puddled in the cities, because that's where the slavery at, the jobs. And you got all that free space outside the cities, but y'all don't understand resources and sustaining self with it. So in that, everybody pal into the monopoly game, the real life one. And so you get my point? You're going to have all nationalities. Don't lose sight, it's just made up shit. But you're going to have all different types of people falling under the sorcery, all the rulership. And they're going to be the same race as the people that putting the magic on the whole world. And so this is why Hitler Holocaust them. But you have to grasp an Ashkenazi, Ashkenazi. The Ashkenazi Jews with the curly sideburns, they wear the Russian hats. They're Russians, Germans. You get it? Like I said, Jew ain't a nationality. Jew got to do with the religion, meaning they got to do with Judaism and that Kabbalah magic. The Kabbalah magic is what created Judaism. It's what created Christianity and Islam. The Kabbalah magic. You get my point? Meaning these religions and things is used to control y'all, like the stop signs and symbols y'all have, the lights. It's all a part of the orders to keep y'all bound and controlled under the city. And so it goes deep. Like I said, a Jew, somebody well learned in the Kabbalah magic. Now how this all works is like this. Before I get to that, I want to explain to y'all what a Hebrew is. Let me answer this question first. There you go, boss man. Philip Hamer said, would it be safe to say that due to all the process and the science of existence, wouldn't there always be some form of system? If you want to be a Babylon monkey, and you need to convince yourself stupid things. You get my point? I don't want to do that. Meaning I don't want to waste my time breaking down deep truths and proofs that y'all live and can see. You get it? Y'all stop that stop. You get my point? I ain't got y'all good. If I'm lying, get your kids to do that shit then if it ain't no big deal. Control your kids when you go out clubbing at night and they oblige to whatever you tell them to do in the house. And y'all can't even figure that out. And so when I tell y'all these niggas put sorcery on y'all and they cold-blooded, they don't even got to be around y'all. Y'all obliged to they stop signs and symbols. And that ain't amazing to you. Nothing is. Again, if you got kids, make up a system of symbols, lights, and leave it with them in the house when you go outside. And see if they listen. Like, you're not going to be able to put it together. The people that got sorcery on y'all, ain't even around, y'all ain't even got to tell y'all they rule shit. Y'all obliged to they symbols, meaning they signs, like the stop sign, the yield sign, all the signs y'all have. The hospital sign is up the road. You get my point? All the symbols they got, y'all got lights to represent these same symbols. Red light means stop. Yellow light means yield. You get it? Y'all got every aspect of the same sorcery put on y'all from every level of life. Meaning if you're stupid and can't learn to read, nigga, you know colors. You a baby, so you know colors. Y'all got the same sorcery putting the color, putting the word, putting it this way, putting it that way, to keep y'all in obedience. Like, where people ain't got to be around y'all dictating y'all. It's like martial law. Niggas so cold blooded they gave y'all martial law in like signs and symbols and the shit work. You don't have to have a nigga on the street with a gun pointed at you and say you better stop right here, let traffic go by. Y'all listen to the sign. Shit deep. Thank you, Philip Hamer. I ain't sure if y'all grasp, but man, they got y'all good. I'm sorry, I need a little sip. Wazoo said thirsty and my mouth get dry. But like I said, they got deep sorcery on y'all. This shit go real deep. A school system, everything y'all live by, the religions, this is all part of the sorcery. To keep y'all bounded under the Babylon. That old Nimrod magic. All wisdom. Boss man said, if any of one of these fools just sat down and think for a second, it ain't that. They can think. People just get low and want to be accepted and shit like that. So then y'all just go with anything. It's like the gang member. He not stupid. He know that shit dumb after he been down with it for a while. But now he in it. He might got like little fears of leaving. There's many different reasons why y'all play stupid with yourselves. But you get my point? If a person hear this video and they listening, I'm sure they can grasp. It's something to what he's saying. You get my point? Meaning y'all try to go through all this deep wisdom and try to pretend like y'all cold-blooded. Everything's simple. Y'all live Monopoly. The board game that y'all bought, y'all lived that. Somebody found a forest that was empty. Not empty, but it wasn't developed. They put Monopoly game there. Then they sold a game to the people that they put this shit on. Do that make sense to y'all? Do you know how to play Monopoly? If you know how to play the Monopoly board game in the daytime, so you have your piece and you start where you do. And you move along the game, you borrowing from the bank and all of this shit. You don't know who owned the bank, nothing. Right? Y'all live that. The Monopoly game got like, call them blocks. You moving from block to block. Y'all live in a grid system. Somebody took a forest, they put a grid system or a mice maze. Meaning they made a mice maze. They call it a grid system though, because man's stupid. You can just name something else, and then he'll be like, oh yeah, that's different. So you don't want to tell man, yeah, we made this mice maze for y'all to live in. So you just tell them, no, we got a city grid system. It consists of city blocks, so you know where you going, but it ain't about that. It's like a mice maze. Y'all get bound to the maze, then y'all don't ever want to leave it. Right? If I tell y'all, let's go to the forest, forget y'all Babylon, y'all say no. Y'all bound to y'all blocks. Y'all bound to y'all mice maze. Y'all familiar with it. It's all psychology. They put the mice in the maze just to see how like the shit gonna work on y'all. They put food in the maze. Once they put food in the maze, then the mice don't want to leave the maze. They say it's better out here. We ain't gotta do nothing. Just kick back in here. We gonna get some food. This is why bums don't leave the Babylon. They'd rather sleep on the fucking sidewalk and beg. Why? Because they say in the Babylon, in the mice maze, you gonna get some. You gonna get some. It's always something there. You get it? And so is D. Freshest in class said ingenious when you see it for what it is. Indeed. That's why I tell you, y'all gotta cleanse out the conscious and kind of bring the vibration down low. High vibration, just ego and arrogance, disturbing thing. And so kind of grasp. Y'all live in a mice maze, but it's all a part of the Kabbalah knowledge. Now, a Hebrew. Of course, first you had a Hebrew. Then a Hebrew became a Hebrew Israelite. Meaning it went from Hebrew to Israelite. From Israelite to Jewish or Jew. How'd that happen? And so let's explain. A Hebrew would be your ancient word for immigrant. Of course, when you read in the book where this word Hebrew comes from, the book is speaking of a time where you have like Nimrod building a Babylon, meaning cities is getting built. That would mean that fresh forest land is being colonized and developed. And so the indigenous people of that area are going to start to scatter here and there, no matter where you're speaking of. This is happening right now in the Amazon rainforest if you need a real life reference. This is why y'all have so many undocumented immigrants in those little immigration camps. So you remember back in like 2005 or so when y'all was seeing all those little plastic coffins being shipped, and y'all was like, yo, they preparing for World War III, and you get it? That wasn't for y'all. Those little plastic coffins and those little FEMA camps was for all the undocumented indigenous people that was going to be pouring out of the Amazon rainforest when they go there and colonize it. Meaning they're going into the Amazon rainforest, they're carving out little areas, developing cities. The indigenous people that reside there and the animals are going to scatter from there, and they're going to run into neighboring places like Brazil, make their way to Mexico, things like that. Now these places are going to have a whole bunch of butt-naked, indigenous, uncivilized people moving through their places. Of course, they're going to beat people up and rob them and take their clothes and shit because they don't know civilized ways. And so that's what y'all are witnessing. You get it? Y'all are witnessing like they preparing for all the indigenous people. It's like if I tell y'all, yo, I found this new rainforest. We going to go over there and colonize it and make a country for black people. But there's indigenous, uncivilized niggas that live there. You ain't never got to question that. They always in the forest. They like the animals. If you think you walk into a forest and you ain't gonna see animals, you high. I'm not talking about the forest in your neighborhood park. I'm talking about the rainforest. You not walking in there and think you not gonna encounter all sorts of wildlife and life forms you never seen. You high. If y'all want to see aliens, go to the rainforest. You're going to see 3-foot pygmies. It's people, indigenous people. That part, they going to look strange to you. They going to have whole eyebrow ridges, like apes almost. Some of them going to have long-ass canine teeth still. But they people. Outside of that, where you like, damn, this nigga still look halfway like an ape man. Like, that's where that term come from, ape man. It's talking about indigenous people before they become civilized or domesticated by Babylon. Y'all gotta remember, y'all the offspring of the mixing and merging of white or Caucasian colonizers and indigenous people. I don't care what nationality you claim. You the result of that, of mixing. And so grasp. The indigenous people are not technically what y'all would call human. They're like pre-human. They like original man before man, evolved into being civilized. And so the point I'm making is all of them little FEMA camps and what y'all seeing now with the undocumented immigrants is that A Mexican is not an undocumented immigrant. Meaning if they catch a Mexican here, he not an undocumented immigrant. He just an immigrant. You get it? He got documentation from where he from. He just ain't where he supposed to be. You get my point? Immigration law thing. Now when you're dealing with the undocumented, they ain't got no birth certificate, social security card. They have no documentation on them because they're not a part of any city. They've been living in the rainforest. They indigenous. And so now they have to be groomed into civilization and then classified. You get it? And so that's what the FEMA camps is for. It's like where you bring all these indigenous people and then you kill all the old people and you keep the kids because they easy to catch on to the new ways. So y'all heard like, man, them indigenous, them undocumented immigrants, man, they separating them from the parents. They be saying shit like that on the news. So I'm going to say again. The FEMA camps is where they bring the indigenous people and then they kill off the elders. Because their kids is easier to, adopt a new language and, go into civilization. Like 3, 4, 5 years old and shit like that. It's easy. They just learn whatever language they speaking in their way. So it's easy for them to adopt to civilization. An old indigenous person is never going to be able to adopt. You get it? We too far along. Just think your grandparents, how they struggle to adopt to simple online. You're like, God damn, grandma. Ain't that hard to use a fucking phone. But for her, it is. And you like, man, she's slow as hell, man. Imagine an indigenous person. They know no civilization. Them trying to adjust to civilization is like worse than your grandma trying to adapt to all the technology we got. She'll lose her mind. If you young, like 15, so your grandma might be my age. We ain't talking about her. I'm talking about like people my age, grandmamas. They be like 80, 90. They don't understand this shit too much. And so, let me get this juice and stop playing. And so, like I said, a Hebrew is an immigrant, or the old word for immigrant. Meaning if you hear the word Hebrew, it's speaking of a person that don't have no country land. They're like a roamer, a wanderer. And so, think like Abraham. When he left his family's land, then that's when they started to call him a Hebrew in the book. Like that. Now he's a Hebrew because he's basically wandering through places that are being developed in the cities. He an immigrant on other people's lands. Or a Hebrew. Now how you get that is like I said, when colonizers come to the forest, whether you talking now or a million years ago, the indigenous people going to start scattering other places. Other parts of the forest. Like that. You got too many cities developed up and not enough forests, these indigenous people going to start to come into the cities. When that happens, they're going to be referred to in today's time as immigrant. Meaning they ain't from here. In the past, a Hebrew. Like that. Now, how did a Hebrew become an Israelite? Simple. You had your Germans come into the Middle East area. Iraq. Iraq is pronounced Iraq. Like U-R-U-K, the Sumerian way. Ancient Sumer, they have the place called Uruk. U-R-U-K. Iraq is pronounced like that. Iraq. Get it? Sound. Iraq. Same place. Iraq, whatever. You had Germans This is back in your Aryavarta times, meaning over in India you had the ancient city Aryavarta, and you had the Aryas living there. These were your high and noble class people. These were your early colonizers coming from Germany. They colonized a place in India. It was called Aryavarta. It's written about in the Vedas. These Aryavartas are your early Aryan nation. Aryan nation is pronounced Aryan. It's spelled Aryan. Aryan. Like Aryavarta. You get it? Before Aryan or Aryan, it was Aryas, the Aryas. And they set up Aryavarta in India. I'm saying it like that so you can grasp. It's just a little history. Your Herrenvolk knowledge. Meaning your white history. Y'all ain't concerned with white history even though y'all live under white law and order. And so that's the history y'all better learn. Meaning y'all better learn colonizers' history. Because that's what y'all live. Y'all ain't nobody. And y'all better learn that shit fast. Y'all get showed that every day when y'all don't get fair treatment. But learn that. You get my point? You be better off learning Christopher Columbus and Queen Isabella history than trying to figure out your history, because they gave you yours. You get it? They colonized the land. They named the land, and the people fell under the name of the land. But that ain't got nothing to do with who you is. That got to do with their history. You get it? Meaning what y'all live by and call y'all history ain't y'all history. It's others' history and what they did to y'all. And so, a Hebrew was an immigrant. An Israelite was an Israeli person of old times. If you lost, Israeli, Israelite. That part. Meaning an Israelite ain't a black person, it's an Israeli. Somebody from the Middle East part of town. You get my point? Back in the times before these places had the names y'all know of. And so when Israelites are Arab, salam, shalom. You can click the description link, that little arrow next to the title of this video, and all my links is there. My Cash App, my PayPal. Thank you in advance too. Let me get to this though. This deep knowledge. And so an Israelite is an Israeli, meaning an Arab. If you black and you think you a Hebrew Israelite, you so lost. Even the text tell you where all of this was happening at, and that's in the Middle Eastern part of the world. And so an Israelite is an Israeli. If you not an Arab, you a fucking fool. Brainwashed. You got lost into the religious book, and now you so desperate to be something you don't even know what it is. You get it? You like the lost men in the book that's so desperate to have a nationality that you trying to pull one from the book. That part. Y'all don't got no nationality. Y'all do, meaning y'all Americans and y'all belong here. And y'all ancestors was the indigenous people here. But y'all think y'all don't have no place. So now y'all seek out to be anything y'all can. Even nationalities from books. Before you get lost and say, I'm lost, that shit came from a book. That's how you know of that nationality. That part. Some people don't now because they ain't never read the book. That part. And so, Prakya, a beautiful young lady. I can't say your name right. I don't want to mess it up. She said Abraham's supposed to have come from southeast Iraq. So you're making sense. Salam, shalom. The whole book has to do with the Middle East. When y'all start making up direct locations, this is where y'all like, you get it? We don't need to do that. And there was no southeast Iraq back then. There was Uruk, Sumer. You get it? Your five first cities. But we don't got to get lost in the spells of the words. It's all simple. An Israelite is an Israeli. Now, how did a Hebrew, which is an indigenous immigrant, that's why I explained what a Hebrew is. Basically an immigrant, but worse than an immigrant. This is a person that don't have no homeland. They don't know nothing about civilization to have one. They like an undocumented immigrant of today. Somebody whose area has been colonized and they have dispersed from it and they trying to find something. You get it? And so that's what a Hebrew would have been in the past. Somebody who was living in the area of the forest, indigenous tribes, and then colonizers or invading forces coming in and developing up their area, forcing them to have to flee into another city or another part of the forest, making them a Hebrew to those who speak language and is a part of a city. The Hebrews are called Hebrews. They don't call themselves that. I don't want you to get lost. Y'all do that dumb shit. They wouldn't have. This is what a person from a Babylon would have called them when they encountered them in their city. These niggas is Hebrews. They not Egyptians. This is Egypt, the name of the city. It has its citizens. Now you have Hebrews are immigrants wandering into it because naturally where they live at is being developed up into another city at the moment. And so that's how you get that, where you got Hebrews in Egypt being slaves. It's to basically say you got indigenous people that don't know no civilization coming into Egypt. And the Egyptians calling them their word for immigrant or indigenous wanderer. And so they teach them civilization and them to work and treat them like shit, of course, because y'all would treat indigenous people the same way. They butt naked and don't got nothing. Y'all gonna look at them being as though y'all from Babylon as worthless. If you lost, you live in a city, you never seen like a African or a Haitian looking chick pushing a white baby. She a slave now. She not supposed to be here. Some rich family done went to another country and then brought this bitch back illegally, and they used that against her to make her a slave. And she watched the baby all day and she do everything they tell her just to have somewhere to live and not have to go back to whatever place she from. I'm gonna say it again. Y'all have all seen this. A black or like a African, some kind of immigrant woman, but dark skinned, pushing a white baby. You're like, oh, she probably just a nanny. Man, she a whole immigrant. She everything. She they maid servant. Meaning it still happens. If people come across indigenous people that don't know no civilization, or people come across people who coming from like third world countries, just giving them a roof over their head is more than they have. And a person will slave them out like that, just for that. And you gonna watch my kids, you gonna do everything I say, you gonna do the cooking and cleaning everything, and I saved a whole bunch of money because all I gotta do is give you a roof over your head and not tell the authorities on you. And so, like that, the Hebrews come into these colonized places and they get treated like shit because that's just how people are. And so, you had your Germans or your ancient Aryas, those that set up Aryavarta in India. This is long ago. Like I said, this your Herrenvolk knowledge. Those that set up India, they begin to beef. This is your Aryavartas. Your Aryas that was set up Aryavarta in India. Those people, which is your Aryan nation, pronounced Aryan nation, they start beefing with each other as they always do. If you lost, white people came to America and then they start fighting each other over the power and who gonna run it. So this is what they always do. They get power and then they start to fight each other for it. So the Aryas start to fight. Some of them migrated, and this is where you get Iran. That's why Iran or your Iranians are white skinned over in the Middle Eastern area. Like that. Your Aryas, your Germans, came into the Middle East. They colonized that area. This is long ago though. And so this is when all that's happening, meaning they colonizing the Middle Eastern areas, and from that colonizing, you getting Germans, white people, mixing in with indigenous dark-skinned people of that area. Indigenous people have no civilization, they have no names. These Germans or colonizers are mixing and merging in with these indigenous people over in those Middle Eastern areas before they have names and cities carved out. And this is how you're getting an Israel light or an Israeli, meaning an Israelian or an Israeli or Israelite, all the same, would be somebody who is genetically German and native indigenous from that land. Meaning indigenous people don't have the same blood types we have. In fact, mating with an indigenous woman would probably kill her if you civilized. But an indigenous person mixing and merging in with the colonizers and the offspring to come after, which will be half indigenous. I don't want to give it a name, but let's just say black, meaning dark skinned, uncivilized, and they're half white. This is why an Israeli looks like that, like white and Arabic, half white, half Arabic. Not full dark skinned Arab, but half white, half Arab. This is how a Hebrew become an Israelite. You get my point? Your Germans coming to that area, developing it up, mixing and merging in with the native people of that land, which are indigenous, and then the offspring coming from it are like half breeds, kind of like your Native Americans. The Native Americans are not the indigenous, uncivilized people that were here, but they're the offspring of these people and the colonizers. Think like Pocahontas and John, that little fairy tale. You get my point? Their offspring would be Native Americans. From Cherokee, Chickasaw, Sioux, that's what that is. If you lost, Native Americans look half white. Stringy ass straight head, you look half white, they look half black or dark skinned. It's like I said, they the offspring of the indigenous and the white people mixing and merging. Then you got black people. We just the raw blooded descendants of the indigenous people. No mixing and mingling needed. You get it? Meaning we the true Native Americans, not the Native Americans on the reserve. They half breeds, but they got the blood of the colonizers that came, and this is the power. So they gonna get the reserves, not us. We don't even barely get a nationality, because from everybody's perspective that's colonizing, they the uncivilized indigenous people. They ain't had no name, so what does it matter if they get one now? Them Native Americans are the ones on the reserve. It's like that. If you a white colonizer and you have sex with an indigenous lady, now y'all have a baby together, you gonna leave something for your kid. You ain't gonna just leave them butt naked out in the cold. That is your kid. Even if it is half fucking indigenous. Like that. They set them up little reservations because it's like they offspring of us. They not fully indigenous. They ain't definitely ain't fully white, so we ain't about to give them, you get it? They ain't about to inherit like that. But we'll cut them out a little something because technically they do have our blood somewhat. But we the original Native Americans, meaning black people are the direct descendants of the indigenous people that was here. The Native Americans just get the glory, but they are half breeds. So you got to grasp my point. I'm not saying they completely separated from us. They just, you could tell in the skin tones who, what, and how it happened. And why this group of people get a little better treatment. Puerto Ricans are treated better than Dominicans because they, basically the Spanish that came and mixed and merged in with the indigenous people there. Dominicans, they resemble the indigenous people more. Your Haitians, you get my point? All them people, the same people, just different colonizers came. The French came to the Haitian part, that's why they speak French. And you get it? The Spanish, or those from Spain and Italy, they came to what we call Puerto Rico. And so you get my point? It's all simple. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. You have your Hebrew, like I said. Then your Hebrew become a Hebrew Israelite in that way. I mean, Hebrew is an indigenous immigrant, staying in a place where, staying in a newly developed city. This city has a name, it has citizens, and these indigenous people are not citizens of this newly developed place, but they're from that area. You get it? Meaning the colonizers came and moved them out the way. Technically, they from there, but they ain't got nothing to do with the developing of the city that's there. And so in the city, they a Hebrew, are an immigrant. Now, when these colonizers start to mix and merge in with these Hebrews, are immigrants, your German colonizers. This is where you get Israelites, meaning these German colonizers come, they mix and merge in with the indigenous people of that area. They start to develop a city. They call it Israel. You get it? The people in that area of that place are going to go by whatever they named the place. So if the place is named Israel, then they become Israelites. You get it? Now, what an Israelite or an Israeli would technically be is just a Hebrew and a German mixed. So it's like I said, an Israeli or an Israelite is just a half German and a half indigenous person from the Arabic areas. You get it? And so a Hebrew is an indigenous person. A Israelite is that same indigenous person now with colonizer blood in his genes, are the offspring of that mixing and merging. Meaning he's half Hebrew or immigrant, indigenous, no name, mixed with German colonizers that's naming the place and all of that, and the people falling under the orders. And so now an Israelite is a half breed, meaning he's starting to get lost and falling into the orders. But we speaking about Israelis, Arabs, their beginnings. You get my point? You say, how did an Arab fall into all the stupid shit they into? The shit that Prophet Muhammad was speaking about when he said, man, y'all gonna go from Bedouins to stupid niggas battling to see who can build the biggest city. Prophet Muhammad is prophesying what I'm explaining to y'all. Like, German colonizers coming to the Arabic area and developing cities, and niggas getting lost in that shit. That's why I say, if you black, this ain't got nothing to do with you. You the new version of that. Meaning your Spanish came into America, and that's where your beginnings of that same shit happening to you in your lands now. You get my point? Every area go through the same shit in their time. It's called colonization. The Arabic people went through it early in BC times. That's why they got the power they got now. You say, damn, I have a whole bunch of Arab stores in my neighborhood. Can't even get a black store up. Nigga, they been doing this shit for fucking long. They a part of that Heron vote, nigga. Y'all are not getting how this works. Blacks are a new race. Until y'all start to grasp what I'm saying, y'all technically indigenous people in life. With clothes on, y'all not gonna get nothing. There ain't nothing to give y'all. Y'all don't understand civilization. Y'all think life is a personal abuse party. Shit deep. Y'all think people hate y'all. That's why they treat y'all unfair. They treat y'all unfair because they can, and that's the way that you capitalize in Babylon, nigga. It's called getting over on whoever you can. Y'all dumb so they can get over on y'all, so. For y'all, it's like, nah, they ain't treating me fair. You don't know who you are, you don't know shit, so why is anybody gonna have to? So they ain't giving us fair jobs. Y'all don't even know that y'all are rightful owners of this place. Y'all keep saying y'all from Africa or here, there. So why do anybody need to do anything? You get it? You ain't in Africa, so. Get my point? Meaning if you here and you talking about you an African, well, you can't be claiming so much rights and freedom here. You ain't supposed to be here then, according to you. Now, if this is your place, but you say it ain't, so. Like that. Y'all don't have no sense of knowing who y'all are. When y'all walk around and say, we Hebrew Israelites, or we this and that, the colonizers that brought these orders, you get it? They know what's up. High five. Plan still working like it's supposed to. Nice and smooth. Meaning y'all don't know how y'all embarrass yourselves. That's why I try to tell y'all. Everything y'all know y'all got from white men. So you can have a perspective of how stupid you look on the side that made this shit up. Y'all don't keep forgetting. Y'all don't make up nationalities. Y'all don't make up none of these orders. If I make up a game and whoever playing it, I know they fell into my trick. They could feel how they won amongst theyself. They could lie to each other and say, I made up the game. I'm the boss of the game. Beautiful. But I made that game up to keep y'all bound to the stupidity that I had y'all bound to. And so, as long as you blurting that shit out, I already know I still got my hold. Meaning when y'all claim these nationalities and y'all claim these religions, so the elite powers know the sorcery is still in effect. We don't have to do nothing yet. It's still holding its frequency. Say that boy Silas, boy, he wise. It wouldn't matter. The sorcery's still working. You get my point? Whatever he's saying and, countering the sorcery been on for hundreds of years. More than likely that one man, Mr. Silas, is not going to outlast the time of the sorcery. He could save whoever he want. It wouldn't fucking matter. The sorcery been before his time and it's going to be after his time. And so whoever he catch during his time don't matter. Like that. Until enough of y'all grasp, it wouldn't matter. The sorcery's in play. They gonna argue with him about it anyway. You get it? The sorcery work how it work. They already know how it's gonna work. I know how it work because I know the sorcery, but y'all don't. So when y'all falling into it, it's like, no, I ain't falling into nothing. Solid's tripping. Nigga, you crazy. I'm a gift to you if you black. You just stupid. That's the truth. Like they say in these weird, strange mythology texts, every race got its own prophet. Y'all got y'all own. Y'all dumb though. Meaning I'm putting y'all up on game y'all wouldn't get otherwise. I don't care who you are. You could be the top scholar. You could be the wisest black scientist. You can't give it up like this. You don't know none of this. I'm divine, nigga. If you don't know that, you high. We don't even gotta make this shit like we don't even gotta make it like a big trick or like a big poof. Look, I'm a wizard. Blood, y'all ain't stupid. I'm Big Uc. I'm divine. I act crazy and shit and strange, but so angels are everywhere. Angels are everywhere. What do you want me to say, blood? If I was an angel that came from heaven, like what am I supposed to have on, nigga? How am I supposed to look? That part. Like you, motherfucker. Like what the fuck? I'm supposed to look just like how I look. That part. But it ain't about the looks, it's about the ear. Get y'all ear together. This for y'all, meaning I'm for y'all, whether you like me or not. Nigga here to make you smarter. You see how y'all don't never give back? I could starve. Y'all don't know what I go through. That part. Y'all still getting y'all shit, right? Be thankful. Meaning if you black, you do got some type of ties with the divinity. Otherwise, whatever race got a nigga telling them deep shit. If you white, what white person told y'all this? Because y'all live by the same sorcery we live under. Your own did it to you, though. White people ain't our own, so it don't bother me that much. I get it. But that's your own family did that to you. That part. Whatever, the Arabs got somebody telling them this truth? Hell no. That part. Y'all lucky. And y'all only lucky because y'all ain't got no nationality. Liars don't get nothing. That part. Meaning the black race technically ain't got no nationality. So they technically ain't a part of none of the orders or the sorcery that's being pushed on the people. They ain't got nothing to do with that sin. That's why I tell y'all, stop trying to uphold shit y'all been blessed to be set apart from. Nigga ain't give you a nationality to be thankful. He a sinner. You get it? He's sinning against the forest, the land, the animals, the people. Let him claim his own stupidity. They left us out of that. I'll stay out of it. That's why I tell you I don't have no nationality. I don't deal with that. That's colonizer tricks. They left me out of it. Thank you. That part. And so try to grasp. Now, a Hebrew Israelite, like I said, a Hebrew is an immigrant. An Israelite would basically be an Israeli. This is the beginning of your Arabs and the lands over there being developed. And so now you have indigenous people from that area being referred to as Hebrews during the time when cities is being built over there. They're being referred to as Hebrews by the people who live in the cities. When they wander into them, then they become like servants and shit like that. Then when they start to mix and merge in with these Germans or these colonizers that are setting up their cities, this is when you get the mixed breed offspring. This is when you get an Israeli. Hebrew Israelite or Hebrew Israeli. Like to say an immigrant Israeli. An Israeli would be, or an Israelite would be, the colonizers and the citizens that take the name of the place. A Hebrew Israelite would be one of the immigrants that came into the lands. And of course, at some point in time, they start to mix and merge in with the people. You get it? But the people don't view them as full-blood Israelites. Meaning they ain't the colonizers that started up the place and they ain't technically citizens. But they immigrants that came on, and you get it, like a Mexican-American type of thing. A Mexican come here, mix and merge with American, but Americans say you ain't technically American, but you here now. That's what a Hebrew Israelite is. Like that. An immigrant that wandered into the city, and then they mix and merge with the people. Now the offspring is half whatever the people are, and half whatever the indigenous thing that it started as was. You get my point? Hopefully y'all grasping the words. And so, an Israelite or an Israeli is just a half German person and a half indigenous person from that area. So they have like darkish skin but straight hair a little bit. You think like Saddam Hussein. He looked like a dark-skinned indigenous person that got a white daddy or something. You get it? Think of how the Arabics look. They look like mixed people. There you go. So this is the beginning of your Israelis or your Israelites. Now, how did an Israelite become a Jew? Because, of course, you get the New Testament. Now, they ain't talking about Israelites no more. They talking about Jews. Jesus was a Jew. But how did that happen? A Jew, let's say your Ashkenazi Jew, a German. You had later colonizers coming from Germany. You get it? Like how Italy and Spain came to America. Then you had the Dutch and other people coming later. And then you get more friction. Like that. You got later Germans coming now into Israel or that Middle Eastern area after things is set up. How can I put it? They're mixing and merging in with Israelis, if that makes sense. So now a Jewish person is basically a German, half Israeli. But remember, an Israeli is half German, half indigenous person of that area to begin with. So they're already half German as it is. A Jew is like 2/3 German, 1/3 native indigenous to that area. This is how an Israelite became a Jew. It's just the watering down. A Hebrew is a full-blood indigenous person of that area. An Israelite is a indigenous person mixed with a colonizer from that area. And a Jew is now The mixing of a German colonizer with the Israelis, which is already a mixed group of people, meaning they already half German. Basically, half German, half indigenous person of that area mixing and merging with a German. So you get it? Now they like 2/3 German, 1/3 indigenous or Hebrew of that area. You get it? Meaning they're losing their indigenous blood, becoming more and more whitewashed. It's causing friction though, meaning you got your indigenous people of that area being referred to as Hebrews by your city dwellers, and they have conflict. Now you have your Jews and your Israelites or Israelis having conflict like that. And this is all a result of colonization. And so, are y'all clear on what a Jew is? Think of an Ashkenazi Jew. They got the curly sideburns, the fuzzy beard. They look white and half something else, meaning they look half German and half Arab, just like I said. Again, pull up an image of a Jew, Ashkenazi Jew with the curly sideburns. I using them because they what get the honor or the true acknowledgement as a Jew by everybody. Y'all look at them as Jews. Everybody refer to them as Jews. Now look at them. They look like white people that got half Arab in them or half black or something in them because their beards is all fuzzy and nappy. That part. Like I said, a Jew is a half Israeli. Meaning a Jew is basically a German that got Israeli blood in him because he went to Israel or that area and mixed and merged in with them people. Of course, they put their science and their sorcery on the people to get them to live in those orders. All Babylon's got, the curriculum I explained. You get my point? And so now the Israels or the Israelites or the Israelis is going to have problems with these new Jews that's in the area because they running the show. You get it? They putting the sorcery on the people. They controlling the whole society. Like that. It become conflict because the Israelites or the Israelis is like, man, this is our land. The fuck y'all leaving over here? It's like when you see, damn, what's that group of people called that's right outside of Israel? On the rocks and slangs in modern time. Palestinians. You see how like the Palestinians and all them people over there be beefing? It's like that. Like the real originals beefing with the new colonizers, the more lighter skins. But they feel like, man, we supposed to have the real power, but they got slingshots and shit. Like that. Israelites and Jews is now beefing back in them times because of that. The Jews coming in, they put the sorcery, the Kabbalah knowledge on the place. And they ruling over the people, and the Israelites or the Israelis, which are Arabs, feel like we should be. You get it? But this is all descending from your Germans. They colonizing all over the world, meaning your Caucasian races. Before the term Germany and Germans, this is when they were referred to as Aryas. In today times, Aryan, meaning Aryan. Do I need to spell it for y'all or y'all good? Meaning, do I need to write it out so y'all can see it? Aryan and Aryan? Or do y'all think y'all good? Arya? Aryan. The one at the bottom is Aryan, but it's pronounced Aryan. The one at the top is Arya. Aryavarta is the place they set up, meaning Aryan nation got to do with your ancient colonizers, they're your ancient Aryas. You get it? And so this is a deep history that, most people don't know. Hitler found this history. That's why he started whacking off what y'all call the Jews. Because he like, hold the fuck up. Y'all not even full-blooded. Y'all was down over there in the Middle East mingling and jingling with Arabs, nigga. Y'all ain't full-blooded Heron Volk. That mean full-blooded white. The ruling class. Say, hold on, nigga, y'all half-breeds. So Hitler say, fuck that. They got sorcery on the whole world. We whacking them. And we taking that shit back. Like that. This shit just about power. And so the Jews start whacking. Now you gotta remember, the Jews start getting whacked, but you got to remember the Jews got sorcery on the whole world. So, you get my point? They get reparations, they make money and all that shit. You get my point? This shit not like how y'all thinking. Like Jews all got $1,000,000. These niggas had sorcery on the whole world. They make money, nigga. They own the fucking sorcery and shit y'all live by. I guess that's why niggas is decking them and shit. You know what I mean? They always suffer throughout time because they got magic on the whole world. The whole niggas find out at some point. You take that shit personal. Other people feel like, hold on, you ain't supposed to have it. I'm supposed to have it. They ain't the most toughest people in the world. And so it's like I told y'all, tough motherfuckers got their physical merit and pussy ass niggas got their mind. Jews may look delicate and dumb, but they got that Kabbalah sorcery. Meaning they got that Kabbalah knowledge. They got wisdom that y'all do not have. That part. If you think I'm off, y'all know what Jews know? Meaning y'all know what curly headed sideburn Jews know? Hell no, y'all don't. And they wouldn't tell y'all. Some of y'all like, yeah, he right. It's hard to like get some shit out of them, boy. They keep theyself separate from everybody. You be lucky if you ever get invited over to dinner. If your ass ain't an Ashkenazi Jew, you could be white. They don't care. Y'all don't think that's strange? Meaning an Ashkenazi Jew don't even care if you white. If you not an Ashkenazi Jew, they don't want nothing to do with you. You don't see regular white people chilling with Ashkenazi Jews. They can't. They pushed away just like a black person. An Ashkenazi Jew will work with a black person before they deal with a white person because they view a black person as stupid. They view a white person as like, nah, this nigga like a cousin. He might catch on. The black nigga's not. This don't come from his line. Meaning the black person ain't a colonizer, so they wouldn't have a chance to have ever known this knowledge. I don't mind working with the black man. He not going to figure it out. They don't deal with white races specifically because of that. They say these niggas is cousins. Some of these niggas might have been the oldest. You get it? The oldest born Jew or the oldest born under the Kabbalah science. They got the magic. And they can figure it out. Like, hold on, nigga. You get it? And so, if you pay attention to Jews, they don't deal with nobody. That's for a reason. Meaning they keep themselves separate from y'all just like the kings would in the past. But y'all don't realize that. Meaning y'all say like, who really run America? Who really run the world? The people that don't want nothing to do with y'all. If you lost, if this was the past and we had a king, y'all wouldn't see the king. If y'all did, it would be a lot of separation. You get my point? Y'all buildings is owned by Jews. That part. Real estate owned by Jews. Nothing ringing off in y'all head. Meaning y'all kings and rulers right amongst y'all. But they don't deal with y'all. That part. They put the Kabbalah magic on the whole world. Hitler became privy to that. He say, hold on, they not even full-blooded Herrenvolk. They can't do that. They got to come up off that power. You get my point? Again, the orders y'all live by. Stop sign, red, yellow, green lights. You get it? The school curriculum. Meaning your ancient gematria, which is geometry. It's a part of your Kabbalah magic. It's the making of your numbering and lettering system that all Babylon monkeys live by. Meaning when you're dealing with a city, so that city going to have its numbers and its letters, and its language, its holidays, its religion, all its curriculum and orders, all its symbols and signs that the people live by. Stop sign, yield sign, this sign, that symbol, blah, blah, blah. That's why the good books say, stay away from signs and symbols. You see how simple this shit is? They say, stay away from signs and symbols. Why? Because the nigga using it to control you. Say how? You know what a stop sign look like, nigga? You know what the yellow light look like, nigga? Do you listen to it? Yeah, you do. When you're driving and the yellow light come on, then you start slowing down. When the red light pop up, you stop. You controlled by lights, nigga. You controlled by your symbol, a stop sign. That's a symbol. That symbol make you say, oh, I gotta stop. A nigga don't even have to be next to the stop sign with a shotgun on you and say, if you run this bitch, I'ma blow you away. You just stop with nobody even being present. You know how that happened where the whole world do that? And can't even realize, like, damn, I'm being ruled over by signs and symbols and lights. That part. It's called magic. Kabbalah magic. Deep level science. Meaning y'all lighting system is science. Technological science. You get it? That part. Y'all are under high class sorcery of old. The shit so good, the whole world under it. Only one race of people did it. The whole world. So y'all call that race the Nazis or the Oscar Nazis. They Nazis though, meaning they Germans. It's in their name. Oscar Nazi Jew. Hitler them is just Nazis. German Nazis. A Oscar Nazi Jew genetically is a German. That part. And so, this is the sorcery y'all under. Meaning a Jew is somebody that's well learned in the Kabbalah, not a nationality. Ain't nobody Jewish or a Jew. That's sorcery put on y'all. Real talk. Meaning YHWH is pronounced you. Pronounce it out. YH. Yeah. WH. Woo. What that spell? Y'all know how to sound our words? Y'all stupid? That part. Stop trying to sound smart and yahawaha. Nobody said to add no letter to the word. YHWH is the word. The tetragrammaton word. What is it? Don't add nothing to it. Don't add no A to make it yahawaha. Nobody told you to do that. Just sound it out. That part. YHWH. You. Simple. I don't think y'all owe me backs or nothing. This shit cold blood. And so a Jewish person would be a you-ish person to say they know the divine Kabbalah magic and the knowledge of YHWH, which is the divine substance that life manifests forth from. It's the fabric and the beginnings of physical life. That substance we call semen, little seamen, the first colonizers, divine science starts there. And so that substance semen, this is the YHWH. They take that wisdom and created the religions for y'all. You get it? Like that. Y'all become down to belief, which is lie in trick form. Lie stretched out to eternity. Truth is eternal. Lie is lie on the spot. Nigga tell you a lie, it'd have no legs right there on the spot. You wouldn't believe it. But if a man can make the lie a belief thing, then that lie can be stretched out to eternity like the truth. It's like fake truth. Y'all believe in all kind of Jesuses and this and that, but that shit ain't come true yet. It's a long fucking lie. Every day go by, it's a lie. Meaning every day you go by and then no proof come with it, then that's another day it's a lie. Right? Right now, today, Jesus is a lie. Your belief system is a lie today. That part. You say, no. Jesus coming back. Cool. But every day that past that he don't, it's a lie. Because the person didn't tell you that, somebody else did. Meaning if you was to tell me Jesus was my daddy and he told me he was coming back, I would knock you if you say, like, I believe my daddy, he gonna come back. It don't matter if he don't come back tomorrow or the day after. He ain't tell me no specific day, so technically he ain't lying. But Jesus ain't tell y'all that. Colonizers did that part. Mind you, Jesus ain't a person. Jesus is divine substance. The chrism. Got many different names for semen or the YHWH, the divine substance. Chrism, the Christus, many different things. The anointed, semen is oily and yolky. That's why Jesus be like, come in my yoke. You get my point? Salam, shalom to whoever gave back. I'll thank you all when I'm done. Let me get through this. And so that divine knowledge of YHWH, which is a substance, it is life. It's like pre-person. Every person you could think of started as that substance. You get my point? Those that control the religion, they made the divine substance or YHWH a character that said this and said that. That character is the Antichrist. Why? Because that character is a lie or falsehood of what YHWH is. You get it? Y'all believe YHWH to be this character that said this and that ain't what YHWH is. And those that gave y'all that religion know that. This is why Jewish people are those that follow Judaism. They don't believe in New Testament and Jesus because that's their sorcery for y'all. You get it? Ask a Jew if he believe in Jesus. The curly sideburn ones. They believe in the Torah. Judaism. That's just the Old Testament. Jesus is New Testament. Jesus is the prophecy of the Antichrist being born from the Old Testament. That's why in the Old Testament it said the virgin will give birth to a child and his name will be called Emmanuel. Amen. Amen manifested. This is why y'all say in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. He will be the Amanu. El is just the last name that's put on all the angels' names. Raphael, Gabriel, Micah, El. You get it? Like that. Amanu, El. They saying like the prophets are prophesying that Jesus is going to be the Amanu. Meaning this boy that the virgin is going to give birth to is going to be the Amanu. Or the Antichrist. The Amen manifested physically. The Amen is the sound, the light. The devil in the void, meaning Amen rises out of the duat, the abyss. The Bible starts, in the beginning, the Spirit of God was hovering in the abyss. It's a book about the devil. The Jesus part is the manifesting out of this devil or lie. It's not to say Jesus was a born person. It's to say y'all believe in this character that y'all never seen. The character itself is a lie of something more divine. You get my point? Like that. The character itself is the Antichrist. The manifested lie. It's manifested because once the New Testament came out, this is when Jesus was born. This is when y'all start talking about Jesus. This is when the YHWH became a person. That part. Y'all don't know YHWH like I explained it and know it. As a substance, it's called you. It's called you because this is what we all started as. It's the knowledge of you, yourself. That knowledge was replaced with a religion to tell you to worship some make-believe shit. You was robbed of knowledge of you, named that, to adopt a lie, a belief system. And so, I don't know what's so hard to grasp about this shit. But y'all better pay attention. And so the divine teachings of YHWH is something y'all all need to take a time out and learn. It explains creation. Then y'all will grasp how a man can get the mind and say, I'm going to alter this. It's not even an altering. In the understanding of creation, then you understand the 10 Sephiroth. These are your 10 holy vows. Meaning y'all think the 10 Sephiroth are 10 lights, which they are. But they mean lights in the sense of sound. You understand? Sound is a vibration. Sound raises in hertz to light. Get it? Just like light raises in its vibration and becomes substance. If you lost, y'all seen rain. Rain evaporates and you see a rainbow. Are the lights that it started with. You get it? Meaning the source of substance is light. And so when substance or liquid evaporate, you will go and see a rainbow or lights. Like that. And the source of those lights is sound, vibration. And so those 10 Sephiroth are 10 vowels. Those 10 vowels are the name of God. The name of God is a substance. Why? Because word, which is air, manifests in the substance. And so that's why that substance called semen is the word of God. The real, true, living word. You ever heard Jesus say that? I'm the true, living word. That part. Not blah, blah, blah talk, nigga. Air or a word, sound, manifest in a substance. That substance comes from mind. That's the beginning of any person you see. That person going to grow and evolve and develop into being and speak word. No other living thing here speak word. Again, Jesus, YHWH, is the divine substance called semen. He said, I'm the living word, the true light. Go look at semen. That part. Tell me it don't look like the Holy Ghost. Meaning you tell me semen don't look like a ghost. And you tell me that semen, when it's put into an egg cell, it's not going to evolve into a baby that speak words. That part. Is playing on words to fuck y'all up because y'all don't know the divine knowledge of YHWH, which is the substance, the fabric of life, the fabric of self. You get my point? The self is God, but not in a dominion way, not in a dominated mind, religious brain way, like the God of a religion. The self is God of self. There's nothing above self except the substance that self is. That part. That substance is YHWH. It's pronounced you. It's the knowledge of you, the knowledge of self. If y'all good with the religion and the scrambled mindedness that it inflicts upon y'all, salam, shalom, and God bless. And so, nobody's a Jew unless you put in the Kabbalah knowledge or you live by the Kabbalah wisdom. You get it? A Jew is the beginnings of Judaism. A Jew is somebody that's well learned in Kabbalah sorcery. Judaism comes from Kabbalah sorcery, meaning he who has Kabbalah knowledge can make the Torah. If you wonder, how the fuck was the Torah made? Scribes of old, baby. These niggas had the divine knowledge. I can make a Bible right now. Y'all see how I be breaking down the abyss? Like that. It all starts from unconscious mind. I can make a whole religion with all the knowledge I got and just order it however I feel fit. And y'all will oblige and not even realize it. You get my point? I know what they doing because I know sorcery. I don't use it. You get my point? I'm not even in liberty to truly use it. You get my point? I can use it, but all it's going to do is get me killed by sorcerers with more power, meaning y'all government. They got sorcery on y'all. Like that. You think the pharmaceutical companies gonna tell y'all these pills we give y'all, they just fake imitation medicine. Medicine come from the roots of plants, the substance from plants. We just make imitations of these things. We call them pills. Pills don't grow from trees. We just made this science up. It's called fake drugs. No, they're not gonna tell y'all that because then y'all not gonna go to the pharmacy when they prescribe y'all medicine. That's not really medicine. It's just a pill. You get it? Like that. Y'all live in synthetic land. La la land. Even the God name is La. Allah, El, whatever. The letter L for lie. Y'all live a lie. That part. Whether you're Islam, whatever, you live a lie. Even those that follow Judaism. I don't care if you a curly head Ashkenazi Jew. If you ain't the oldest born and you ain't from, back in the day, you shut your ass up. It's on you too. That part. That's why I say I don't care if you the rabbi of a church. You ain't on my level. Your feelings will be hurt. That part. And so, the Jews is your goat people. You should clearly see why. Put sorcery on the whole goddamn world. And so y'all go to work and y'all slave and y'all have rental issues and all of that. And they y'all slum landlords and everything I said play out like it's supposed to in real life. Because me don't make none of this up. It's just true wisdom. And so y'all live under sorcery. You don't got to get mad at the Jews because ain't nobody over your back forcing you to live by it. You just lack understanding, so now you're stuck having to play somebody Monopoly game till you die. Meaning y'all don't get tired of chasing the bag? Y'all don't get tired of every month you like, I got a bill I got to pay. That mean every month I got to make some money, man. Y'all don't get tired of that. I don't care how much bread you get. You don't get tired of that. Where it's like, damn, I got to make sure the bag come in and I got to. That part. I put up a post. I said, man, sometimes I consider just being what y'all would call poor. Because that in itself is annoying. Meaning if you work a job or got your own business and you got to pay bills every month, you get my point? Chasing the bag is truly annoying. I don't care if you the richest rapper. You could be Drake. If that nigga ain't have all the monthly bills he had, expenses, you think he will work as hard as he do? You think he will make music? No. If y'all didn't have monthly bills like food, rent, light, blah, 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 would y'all work 40 hours a week? No. Y'all wouldn't. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. Business in itself is annoying. It takes away from living. Meaning y'all are stuck in a monopoly game where y'all make money, give it away, make money, give it away. If you step back, then you realize I'm accomplishing absolutely nothing. This is stupid. The benefits I get out of this shit is just niggas saying, yeah, you be getting money. That's what y'all in it for. You could be the richest nigga right now. You just in it for that. That's all you gonna get out of it. Yeah, you be getting that money. Who fucking cares? That part. Some of y'all broke still, you don't know what I'm talking about. When you get some money, you gonna be like, damn, Solace was there right. This shit's stupid. It's some fake lonely, you like low inside type shit. You get my point? Where you looking for fucking compliments or something. That's what it start to feel like. Like, this is dumb. Who fucking cares? And so, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Getting money ain't never been that hard for me. And so even when I was in the streets, I used to get like that. This shit's stupid. We're dropping keys in the water, getting money, but What the fuck does that mean in life or even matter outside of compliments or talk? You get my point? You live in a big fuck. I had a 2-bedroom townhouse. I used to just be in one room. You get it? The living room, nigga. The TV there, the bathroom was downstairs, you get it? I never go upstairs. Unless I'm getting dressed or some shit. Like that, where you start looking around like this shit is all unnecessary and stupid and dumb and a waste. It's just for conversation purposes. It's just a game. You get it? Everybody live in a monopoly game. And you, whatever piece you is on a board, moving along. And get set back, man. They got us playing a monopoly game in real life. You get it? Meaning somebody set up a city, which is basically monopoly, and they got us living this shit. Meaning if you wake up and go to work every day and you live the life you live in the city, you live a monopoly game that somebody made. And you only got but so many options in it. That part. And so if you follow what I'm saying, you try to carve something out in life where you ain't got to play no more. Like I gave y'all that in Jews and I said I make money for time. I make 50,000. That I ain't got to work next year. That's what that 50 for. Y'all go buy a car or some shit. I put that shit in the safe, nigga, and that's $500-600 a week for next year, so I ain't gotta work. I go to ATM just like you niggas, but I ain't worked for that. I already worked for that shit last year. I work for time, meaning when I'm grinding to get money, it's for time. If you wondering, like, damn, wow, how Solace make money? I make money the same way y'all do, meaning I sell my magazines. I get my royalties from YouTube. I make money like y'all do. I don't spend it like y'all do. Like I said, that money for me not to have to be a slave. It don't matter if I make money and spend this shit as soon as I get it, then what? I gotta work again, hard. Like, if y'all make money and save it, some of y'all make little nice size licks. You might make 20 there. Some of y'all got PPP loans, you blew that shit. That was money for you for the whole year to not have to work. That was the job check that you get right now slaving for where you don't have to. You make $700 a week, $500 a week. You could have not had to work for that. You could have just took $500 a week out of that money you saved. Work for time, not for materials. That's dumb. All you got in life is time. Like that. Now I still make money currently, even though I'm living off old money. You get my point? I'm spending money from before, but I still make money now, and that's for the future. For more time. You got to look at when you slaving at a job, that's time taken from you. Like that. Nigga, I'm working to get time back, blood. What y'all working for? When I say time back, I mean time for me to do whatever the fuck I want, and I have to be lacking. Talking about, damn, I'm gonna make some money right quick. Fuck all that. That's the wrong way. And so, like I said, I ain't lost on materials. I'm lost on time. I'm gonna have me good moments. You get it? I ain't gonna be out here having to cap and scrape and scratch and step on niggas' heels and disrespect niggas to get a buck here and there. I ain't gotta do that. And I'm not like that. That's why y'all don't ever see me doing dumb shit and like, you get it? Some outrageous shit where it's like, damn, this nigga trying to get some views. I do the same shit I do all the time, which is bring y'all to wisdom. My personality a little funny if you get a laugh out of it. So y'all know, like I say, laughing is healing. But outside of that, I ain't doing too much. Live smart, apply the wisdom I give you, give back. That's why I teach, give back. I'd rather live like that. Just do what I love, handle my works, set myself up where I don't have Babylon rules and shit over me. I don't have Babylon bills and none of that. That's why I told y'all bound together and get land. But y'all getting land individually like fools, and now you got debt. That's not what I was saying. And so, Listen in depth. But like I said, set yourself up where you ain't gonna have bills no more at some point in time. And whatever money you make is just money for you, and you ain't got to blow it on materials. Use it for time. You get it? You ain't got no bills to pay if you set yourself up right. If you don't know how that works, get the textbook I'm coming out with soon. I haven't had a chance to sit down and get it all together, but it's almost ready. And so, for me, I'm more at peace and more comfortable, I guess. Poor. I don't want to say poor, but not chasing bags. Just doing what I like to do. You get my point? And so, make your life where you can just do what you like to do. Like I teach. No deep knowledge. I got hella wisdom to give out. I enjoy that. I just need to put myself in an environment where I could just teach with no restrictions. Like, damn, I gotta pay rent. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I need to just put myself in an environment where I could teach and I don't have none of those problems. Therefore, whatever I make on givebacks, it wouldn't matter. You get it? I don't have no bills or no weird shit that my revenue gotta go to. In that, it don't matter if I get give back or not. I'm doing what I love and I'm stable. Y'all have to get like that. You get my point? Doing what you love, you stable, and that you ain't got to step on niggas' toes or reach outside yourself to try to get extra because you already fulfilled and got everything you need. And whatever extras you got is for time. You get it? If I go overseas tomorrow, whatever money I spend is going to take away a week, 2 weeks. You get it? Like that. No big deal. A lot of weeks in a year, but you get my point? Whatever come over the weekly budget is taken away from time. If y'all go over y'all weekly budget, then y'all be broke. You see my point? Like that. Work for time. Fuck all that extra shit. That's for the outside world. Think of how much shit y'all got draining y'all pockets. Some of y'all car draining the fuck out of y'all pockets. You got a bucket. Throw that shit away. I'm gonna say it again. Some of y'all got a car. That shit a bucket. It's starting to really run through your fucking pockets. Get rid of that shit. If you live in a city where, Uber and public transportation ain't too good, get yourself a better car, because that bucket gonna cost more for you than that new car monthly note. You get it? Meaning some people bucket after, the little monthly issues they go through. That shit's a whole car note. Meaning some of y'all need a moment of clarity to just think. You get it? You lost in your poverty. You trying to work it out. Don't resist it. Just fall back a minute. Say, okay, let me think. I got this car here. This shit giving me problems every week. I'm putting at least $100 into this shit every week. That's $400 a month. You get it? The oil you fucking had to get changed. This had to get started. I had to put new brakes. You get it? Every week is something. And by the end of the month, you up to about $350, $400. You ain't even counting. You just know, like, yeah, I'm putting way too much money into this car, and it's paid up already. It just keep fucking breaking. Go get a new fucking car, because the money you putting into that broke one every month ain't making it no better, and it's the equivalent of a brand new car note. But you don't have the moment to think. You say, okay, I got what you saying, Mr. Salas. I ain't got the down payment money for the new car. First, you got to start with the clear mind. The mind going to draw on what's needed. You get it? You don't got money for a new car because you didn't have the thought of a new car. You was getting the money for what you tell yourself you need money for, which is your fucking hoopty. Every week and every month when that hoopty break down, somehow you get the money to get it fixed. Like that. When the mind go into the space where, man, fuck this hoopty, I'm getting a new one because I'm wasting the same amount, the mind going to transition The outer reality gonna start taking shape and form. By month's end, somehow you're gonna have the down payment money. Meaning the idea will have come to the mind when the mind is in tune with that. Why would you get a thought of how to get a down payment for a new car when your thoughts is, I gotta come up with this quick 150 to get my brakes changed? That part. If the mind say, I don't care about these brakes, I'm getting rid of that, but I need down payment money on this new joint, I guarantee you within a month you have it. You don't gotta question the alchemies of life. The mind is the creator. Control the path of thought of your mind. You're going to get what you want, so you better control your thoughts, because they're going to manifest regardless. You sitting around bitter and miserable all day, you manifesting more for yourself. The mind is going to manifest just like airs is going to manifest in the substance. It's inevitable. You don't have to do nothing for that to happen. Some of y'all manifesting the reality that you live right now. You got to take control of your thoughts and put everything, in alliance. Now, I'm going to be opening up the one-on-one consultations in a week or so. If any of you guys want to get one-on-one, on self. Mr. Solace, what you think I could do to get out of this little Monopoly game they got us in? Everybody life different, so wisdom going to be different for the person. You get my point? Y'all all ain't got the same life. But I will say for all of y'all, try to get to a place. Forget apartments and forget houses. These is burdens. You got to deal with them for now or whatever the case may be. But get your mind into owning land. Not so. I want to say it right so y'all don't do the wrong things like y'all have been. Get your mindset into owning land that don't have restrictions. Like I said, get the textbook when they come out. It got the different types of lands for y'all, so y'all know what y'all doing. But get unrestricted land where you don't have all those rules and building restrictions. Get my point? Some of y'all are podcasters. Why the fuck are you paying high ass rent and you work online? That part. I don't know if y'all watch the Math Hoffa show. He be interviewing people in the barbershop setting. I'm sure he got to pay rent on that. But this is a podcast show. And the people coming to be on his show, they don't live around the corner from his show. Meaning his show could be in the middle of the forest. They pulling up to the show anyway, so what would the fuck would it matter where it's at? I just gave this man $1 million knowledge right here for himself. Now if he needs salute, if he hear it and apply it. He can go get himself a dope ass cabin somewhere in the forest. He probably got enough money to buy himself some land and have a house built on it right now. Or he at least in cahoots with these companies that can do that for him right quick. And ain't gonna be no sweat off their brow. And he can have people come that's gonna be on his show there, which would be more safer for his guests. They ain't got to come right into the hustle and bustle of the city. Fuck around and get shot by a stray or something. They could come out to his show. He got guns and shit on his land because there's no restrictions, so they could have fun while they there. You get it? People coming to his show, they ain't gotta just be restricted to doing the interview. And anybody could use this. Vlad TV, whoever. Like I said, I'll come for the people. Y'all be getting on my fucking nerves, but I don't be holding on to the wisdom. I don't benefit off the slaveries that's over y'all. And so I don't keep the secrets. You get my point? Meaning those that got powers over y'all and keep y'all in ignorance, they don't pay me nothing. So I'd rather take my chances giving y'all a Jews and hope y'all got some honor. And say, now I'm gonna kick the little OG something back, because he ain't have to say that. Like that. And so if you got a podcast show and you got people coming on your show, you don't need to be paying high ass rent in the city. It's more safer for people to come out to your little land maybe an hour and a half outside the city. In that, y'all could chill for real. Do a real interview, and after the interview done, they could kick back. You got hella space. Yeah? You go to the other side of the land. I got a little cabin over there. You and your peoples could chill for the day. I got some guns if y'all want to shoot. Got some ATVs out here. Ride around, enjoy yourself. Like that. Make your little podcast show an experience where motherfuckers want to pull up on your show. Like, man, it's a blessing to go on this nigga's show. I like Math Hopper. He come from the grit. He was decking niggas in battle rap. I used to watch him. He used to be like, yeah, I like him. He's solid, but he ain't got no control over himself. The nigga grown a lot. Y'all know I like growth. He's grown. If anybody in battle rap has grown, he's grown. He put effort in. You could see like he wanna keep things classy and do things on the up and up. I'm assuming from the outside looking in. I don't know these people, so I don't know. I was young at one point, same age they are. And so when I was in the streets, I'm watching them on TV. So I look at them as like they got a head start. Y'all got to do better for yourselves. And so, like that. Set yourself up where you can keep a lot of that revenue. A lot of our people get tied in with these companies, and a lot of their money get wasted on stupid shit the companies say they need for their own self. The companies say, no, you need an office here. They spending your money for you on what they say you should need. Fuck that. I need land and a house on it and 3 cabins on it for my guests when I bring them out. And all that money you talking about for the monthly expenses on that, use that to pay for my guests to come out. Pay for their ride from the airport here. Like that. Now you got a banging ass show. You got more you could do with it now. You have a whole conversation while shooting. While riding an ATV, whatever you choose, you got the space to do you. And so y'all better get into that kind of shit, cutting costs, so you can keep everything that you gonna make. Because niggas gonna run through that shit. And so, kind of grass. Y'all make sure y'all favorite podcasters get this knowledge I just gave for them. Make sure you tell them the wise one said, make sure you give back too if you apply it. Now, if you have any questions, ask. I'm about to slide out. I don't know me, I got some oxtails to make. I'm still trying to get my sleep. I'm tired. Traveling make you tired. Mr. West said, feel like a mobile home could be the move or a crib on wheels. Whatever the case may be. Y'all like burden. I'm not sure if y'all stupid or slow, but those of y'all that can grasp what I said, the things I teach got to do with you removing burden so you have more elbow room to move. This nigga want to get a house on wheels where he gonna have to be dependent on who he gonna put gas. Like dumb. But whatever serves y'all greater purpose. Get this self established first. Before you want to buy RVs and all this dumb shit, get yourself set up where you don't have to pay no bills and everything is good. Once you get there, meaning you live in a monopoly game and it's going to go on till you die if you don't have no end game. You're going to be working, making money, and spending it on your bills and then having to repeat that cycle for your whole life, never having no true time to just live and do things you want when you want. And so try to apply some of the jewels I give y'all. If anyone wants to give back, visit cash.app/$ the real solace. PayPal.me/Solid Visit the website. Dope shirts, not this one though. This is my own personal, but dope shirts, hoodies, things of that nature. I'm gonna open up the one-on-one consultation in about a week or so. Other than that, man, y'all gonna be losing y'all minds in these Babylons, feeling like y'all want to kill yourselves ever so often. I'll just get into that place where you like, man, life is stupid, I'm ready to go. So life is big and open. We just being forced into the cesspool. So much more space to be carved out into lives that's not being used. You get my point? Y'all living somebody else's idea A city is just somebody else's idea and ideals and how they think things should be. And so you got to remove yourself from that. Link up with people that's like-minded. That's why I be telling y'all, if any of y'all interested in getting land, reach out to me. We could go in together. Land is big. Fucking, if 10 acres cost 30, 40,000, four of us, that's 10,000 a piece. That save you a lot. You're not gonna get 2.5 acres, meaning after we split it, you ain't gonna get 2.5 acres for what? 10,000 a piece? You get my point? Like that. You want to cut costs. I'm just giving you those numbers as an example, but you get my point? 1 acre is a lot of land. If you live in a house, you live in a lot. Meaning your house is on a lot. 6 lots equal an acre. So you look at the 6 neighboring houses to yours and how far they go back. That's an acre. A football field is an acre. Like that. Some of y'all don't get it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm chipping with a nigga for land. All that space, you won't be nowhere near me. I won't be no fucking where near you. That's a whole block, 10 blocks away. Like, minus the block stuff. Meaning minus the city grid system. But just in perspective. And so, if y'all can merge up with others, do it that way. You'll save money. And it's hard to buy small parcels of land, but most of y'all only need 1 acre. Meaning most of y'all ain't gonna be able to maintain more than a football field worth of land. That right there is too much for you. Think when y'all watching a football game. All of that shit that they playing on. They running up and down that shit. Think of a house on that part. Now some of y'all got a perspective to say, oh yeah, if I had a house on a football field, I'd still have 90 yards. I'd still have 90 yards and then some off onto the side. That part. You'll have a whole farm, a whole bunch of shit on 1 acre. That shit the size of a football field. Imagine you got 2, 3. Like that. It's hard to find 2, 3 acres in unrestricted areas. You get it? Meaning when you're a little bit outside of the city limits, it's hard to find 1 or 2 acres. They're usually selling, 20, 30. It's going to be cheap, though. But you get it? You're not going to find like 1 or 2. Like that. You're only going to find that in the city. And they going to charge fucking much. And then, the yearly annual taxes on that going to be like the price of a studio apartment. Where you never truly free from the bills. But so if you merge in with others, you might get some unrestricted land and get you that 3, 4 acres for 5, 6,000. If y'all chipping in on a 50-acre parcel, you get my point. So I got things like that in the textbook explaining little things, and I also got the wisdom of what resources become which products in the store. So if you do get land, then you know what resources you have on your land and what products can be made with those. You have the time, you have the space. Now you can turn the resources that you have on your land into the products that's sold. We have online, make a website, and you sell your products directly to the consumer. Your product being the same product that's in stores. Niggas like ketchup. You got hella tomatoes. You get it? You make clothing. You got hella plant fibers on your land. So you take them plant fibers and you get it? You spin them in the thread. Take that thread, weave it into whatever fabric you're going to make your clothes out of. Or just sell fabric. Like that. There's many ideas, or there's many trades and ways y'all can make money, but y'all don't understand the resources. The beginnings of business. And so I'm here for those type of things. Try to have balance. I don't sell this knowledge. I be giving it to y'all. Like I said, selling in business, it's annoying. And so, give back when you can. Biggles here. Salam, shalom.